start again. It's a rich thing.
So in this video, we are going to learn about modules in Python. In Python, modules are simply files with .py extension containing Python codes that can be imported inside another Python program. In simple terms, we can consider a module to be the same as a code library or a file that contains a set of functions that you want to include in your application. So in this video, I will create a module and also I will use it in my another program. So let me first create a module. So new file and then save it as my module, like my module, and then I'm going to save it in D drive, and let me create a folder here, modules, and within this folder I'm going to save this Python file, that is mymodule.py. And so now let me define some mathematical function, that is define sum, and this function will take x comma y and then it will return x plus y, like x plus y. And then we have defined subtraction like this, x minus x comma y, and then it will return x minus y, like this. And similarly we have defined multiplication, which will take x comma y and then it will return x into y. So that's enough. So this is our module. So let me save it, and now I'm going to create my Python file where I'm going to import this my module. So let me create a new file. So save it in D drive like this, and this is my application.py. So the first step is we need to import that my module. To import it, we need to write import and then the file name, that is my module. And now I want to use the multiplication function. So here I want to print multiplication of 5 and 6. So here I need to write my module dot, and then we need to write the function name, that is mul, and here I need to pass x into, the numbers, that is 5 comma 6, the actual parameters. And now if I run this code, so it is showing 30. Now if you import your module like this way, import my module, then you can able to use all the functions that are there in your my module, that is sum, sub or mul. Like you can also use the sum function, like print my module.sum 2 comma 6, then you will get 30 and 8, like this. Now if in your application if you need only this mul function, then also you can only import this mul function. To do that, we need to write import, like we need to write from my module import mul, but in that case you need not to use this module name, that is my module. So here you need to use only mul, only the function name. So now if I execute this code, so it is showing 30. Now the next point is you can also rename this function, like you can use from my module import mul as multiplication, and then here you need to use that alias name, that is multiplication. And now if I execute this code, so it is showing 30. But here note that if you import like this way, then you can't use other functions. That is you can't use the sum or sub function, then it will raise an error. And the next point is, you can also check how many functions are there in your module. Like if I write import my module, and now I want to check how many functions are there in my module. To do that, we need to write dir, and then within parentheses we need to pass the module name, that is my module, and it will return all the functions that are there in the my module. So then print a, like this. So if I execute this code, here note that it is showing mul, sub and sum. In Python we have some inbuilt useful modules like math, sys and many more. So I will make a video on that on a separate video series. So this is all for this video.